Hi, this is Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farm Smart Gardening Tip. And I started with something pretty because what we're going to talk about today isn't so gorgeous, but it's important. So we're here in my backyard again, and here we see it is fall, and this is a hosta. And I've cleaned up other portions, and hostas are easy to clean up for the fall season. You can just pull back these leaves, and then you can compost this. Makes wonderful compost, all these leaves here. So you can take them away, get them away from there. And I've been working in my gardens, and one of the things here you can see is I just did this hosta not long ago, and you can see all of these chambers that have, you see this little path here? Well, when I was uncovering my garden, and you can see it goes all the way through here, what I discovered is I have a varmint. And it is happily chewing on, and if I can zoom in here, it is happily chewing on already my hosta leaves, or my hosta roots rather. So when I was pulling away these old leaves that were covering this up, it was a wonderful place to hide for little varmints. Now, normally I don't need to protect this hosta. They're pretty tough this time of year. They're gone to sleep, nothing bothers them. However, in my case, I found that this year, things are starting to eat them, and I love this particular hosta. It's a big one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to get a repellent to keep them out of here. And I can apply that now still so that they don't come back into this area. I've removed their cover, and now I want to make sure they don't come back in here, bury in a little deeper, and keep eating on this plant for spring. So I'm going to go in, because the only thing I have right now is this deer and rabbit repellent called Liquid Fence. Now, I also need that on some things because I have over here, I have Euonymus, it's called, and the deer always come up and they like to eat that. So I can go ahead and I can treat this so that it stays roughly this big, and I just I can go ahead and do that. It's a nice warm morning this morning, so I can go ahead, treat that. That keeps those guys off of there. But the other thing that I'm doing out in the garden this morning is a quick gardening tip so you guys know. These are a type of rhododendron. And you can see this dark leaf color here and those here. These guys are PJMs. And you can see, well, maybe you can't, but on my hand you see these water droplets? That's actually not water. That's a product called wilt proof. Now, here in my backyard, this gets a lot of wind right where it is. And so what this wilt proof does is it forms a protective coating over the leaves, seals them up. I've talked to you guys before about them, so that in the winter, I don't lose so much and I don't get brown edges on these rhododendron leaves. So there's some things you can get done out there if you want to be outside. It's been wonderful this fall. Until we see you again, this has been your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip.